आज आप सभी के सामने है जूलियस सीजर बुक का एक्ट 3 सीन सेकंड के वर्कबुक आंसर्स। इस वर्कबुक आंसर्स मतलब इसमें आपको क्वेश्चन आंसर्स और मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस के आंसर में मिलेंगे। मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन के आंसर आपको लास्ट में मिलेंगे और सबसे पहले हम शुरू करेंगे क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को। स्टेंजा 1 क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, वेयर डज द सीन टेक प्लेस, हु इज ब्रूटस एड्रेसिंग? Answer: the scene take place in a form where Brutus speak to a group of citizens. Question second: why does Brutus ask who he addresses be a better judge? Is Brutus correct in his assessment of what he addresses? Give reason for your answer. Answer: Brutus asked the citizen to be a better judge to see if they agree with his reason for killing Caesar. Whether he is right depend on personal interpretations. He believe he acted for Rome's good, but others may disagree. Question 3. Who does Brutus feel he has offended in his speech? What reply does he get? Answer: Brutus feels he may have offended friend of Caesar by killing him. However, the citizen replied that he has not offended anyone, indicating their support for Brutus' action. Next question: how does Brutus justify that he has offended no one at the end of the speech? Who enter after his speech? Answer: Brutus say he has not offended anyone because he has not done more to Caesar than what they would do to him. After Brutus' speech, Antony enter with Caesar's body. Question number 5. How does Brutus introduce the person who enters? Why is he confident that the person means no harm to the conspirators? Answer: Brutus introduced Antony as someone who meant no harm to them or the conspirators. He confident in Antony's goodwill because he know him well. Question second. Passage second. Question number 1. Prepare a 1-minute speech on what is your ambition at this point of life and deliver it in class. Answer: my ambition right now is to do my best, make a difference, and follow my passion with honest. Ambition can be good, like wanting it to improve, but it can also cause problem if not controlled. As Antony means about Caesar, so I am succeeded while being fair, just, and kind, helping others and leaving a positive mark on the world. Question second. State two instances cited by Antony in his speech to prove the mob that Caesar was not ambitious. Two instances. First, Caesar thrice refused the crown offered to him at the Lupercal festival. Question second. Caesar wept when the poor cried, showing his compassion and empathy towards others. Question number 3. What is the word used by Antony in his speech which is repetition in sarcastic manner to incite the mob to anger and fury? How does he cleverly play on the emotion of the mob against Brutus, indirectly refuting what Brutus spoke of Caesar? Answer: Antony repeats ambitious sarcastically to make the crowd angry at Brutus. He cleverly shows Caesar's good deeds to refute Brutus' claim. Question 4. Why does Antony ask the mob to bear with him? What is his ulterior motive in doing so? Antony asks the mob to bear with him to build suspense and keep them interested. His real motive is to rile them up against the conspirators. Question number 5. What is the reaction of the mob? What do they discuss among themselves? Give two instances of their conversation. The mob reaction is one of the growing anger and fury towards the conspirators. They discuss seeking revenge and burning the traitor's house. Two instances of their conversations are: first, revenge, about, seek, burn, fire, kill, slay, let not a traitor live. Next, we will burn his body in the holy place and with the brand fire the traitor's house. Question 6. What quality of Antony do you admire? What character traits are portrayed in his speech? Answer. I admire Antony's ability to connect with people emotionally and convince them to this side. His speech show charisma, persuasion, and cunning strategy. Third stanza, question number 1. What would Antony choose to wrong rather than the honorable man? Answer. Antony would choose to wrong himself rather than the honorable man. Question second. What had Antony found in Caesar's closet? What would the people do if they came to know of the contents of what Antony found? Answer. Antony found Caesar's will legal document in his closet. If the people came to know of its contents, they would likely be incited to further anger and possibly revolt against the conspirator, as Caesar had left generous gift for the citizen in his will. Next, what reason does Antony give for delaying in reading the contents of what he had found in Caesar's closet? How does he incite the mob further? Antony delay reading the contents of Caesar's will. Caesar's will यानी Caesar's legal document because he fear it might enrage the crowd and lead the violence. By hinting at the will's significance, he stroked the mob's curiosity and anger, make them even more eager to hear it. Question number 4. What does he ask the mob to do? What does he want to show them? Antony asks the mob to be patient, promise to reveal Caesar's will to them. He aims to show them Caesar's generosity, which would provoke them further against the conspirator. Question number 5. Explain. If I were disposed to stir more heart and minds to mutiny and rage. Answer. Antony is suggesting that if he wanted to, he could further rile up the crowd to rebellion and anger. It implies his ability to manipulate the emotions of people to achieve his own ends. Question number 6. Does Antony really stir their mind to mutiny and rage? Explain. Yes, Antony does the make mob angry and rebellious. He stirs their emotion to turn them against the conspirators. Passage number 4, question number 1. Which was the unkindest cut of all? Who have already stapled Caesar? Where and when? Answer. The most unkindest cut of all was when Brutus stabbed Caesar's heart. It happened during Caesar's assassination in the Senate house. Question second. Why was it referred to as the unkindest out of the what? Who gave this clever body to this? What does it show about Caesar's relation with the person who gave him this cut? Answer. It's called the most unkindest cut because Caesar felt deeply betrayed by Brutus, whom he considered be a friend. This betrayal hurt him more than the other wounds. Caesar's relationship with Brutus made this stab particularly painful. Question 3. Where did Caesar fall? What was ironical about his fall? Answer. Caesar fell at the base of Pompey's statue, which is ironic because Pompey was Caesar's rival. It symbolizes a reversal of power. Question 4. What is spoken about the vesture of Caesar by Antony in his speech? What was so special about it? What its significance in his history? Answer. Antony talks about Caesar's robe, which he wrote at the important event like when he refused the crown. Its significance lies in the connection to Caesar's action and decision. Question number 5. How did the mob react? What did Antony achieve through his speech? How far was he successful? Answer. The crowd gets angry after Antony's speech, turning against the conspirator. Antony achieves his goal by appealing to the emotion and steering them to seek revenge. He successfully riles up the mob against the conspirators. Stanza 5, question number 1. How does Antony go on to compare himself with Brutus? How does Antony try to project himself to be a simple and outright to the mob? Why does he do so? Does he really mean it when he says, "Let me not stir you up"? Answer: Antony portrays himself as a simple, honest man compared to Brutus. He tries to win the crowd's trust by acting straightforward. When he says, "Let me not stir up you," he being sarcastic because he actually want to rile them up. Question second: what does Antony show the people that incites them still further to mutiny and rage? What does it contain? Antony show the people Caesar's will, which make them even angrier. They will reveal Caesar's generosity, contradicting the conspirator portrait of him as a tyrant. What do the mob decide to do at the end of scene? The mob decide to burn Caesar's body and the conspirators' houses. Question 4. Who enter after the mob disperses? What information does the person bring? After the mob disperses, a servant tells Antony that Octavius Caesar has arrived in the Rome. The servant also says Brutus and Cassius have fled the city. Question number 5. What shortcoming does Antony have an orator according to himself? What would happen had Antony and Brutus changed their places? Answer: Antony admits he is not as good as a speaker as Brutus. He thinks if they switch places, he could be riled up the crowd even more against Brutus and the conspirators. Next है MCQ answers. First, Brutus addresses the mob in his speech as Roman, countrymen, and lovers. Second question, Brutus rose against Caesar because not that he loved Caesar less, but that he loved Rome more. Antony began his speech by telling the mob that he has come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Next, Antony asked the mob to not press upon him to stand far off. Next, Brutus was Caesar's angel. Or last, Caesar had bequeathed to citizen 70 drachmas. यहाँ हमारी ये वीडियो कंप्लीट होती है, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।